Hey YouTube, it's James from the Wyvern Watch here, and today I am with my son. So Louis joined us today.
Hi.
You going to say any more than that? Not yet?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay, maybe. So Louis was intrigued as to my last video, which was Red Eyes Black Dragon. That should be uploaded fairly shortly. If you haven't already seen it, go and see it. But this one, I've asked Louis which one he wants me to do. So he actually picked out the play mat. And I said, well, I've got a deck that goes with that. And he says, right, okay, well, let's profile this one. So my son's a bit young to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh yet, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you playing any other games at the minute?
Yeah.
What other games are you playing?
Chess.
Playing chess? Oh, chess, that's not a bad one, is it? I thought you were going to say Minecraft then.
That's true.
The guys that are watching will probably know more about Minecraft than, oh, I don't know, maybe there's some chess players out there, I don't know. But he hasn't got his head around Yu-Gi-Oh just yet, so that's something we're going to have to get into. But this, of course, is the Vampire deck profile. Nice and quick one today. We've had the Vampire deck a long time, actually. Well, not too long, actually, but I think it was sort of, I don't know, deck number 20 odd. I'll have to have a look at my list and see when I did it. But it's one I put together because, again, it's just the aesthetics of the deck, and now some of the link monsters are there. I just thought, yeah, I quite like that. So let's put some of it together. So that's sort of that means the Vampire deck was born as we know it. But this time we've got some of the new support as well. So Vampire Ghost being one of the newer one. So if this card is normal summoned, you can send one other vampire card from your hand or face up on the graveyard and add one level 4 higher vampire monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send one level 2 or lower vampire monster from your deck to the graveyard. And during the main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and pay 500 life points. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one vampire monster. This has got multiple uses out of it, and it's absolutely one you have to pay 3 of, in my opinion. But obviously the sending to the graveyard is equally as good with the following 3 offs, which you'll be very familiar with if you are Vampire deck users. So we've got 3 Vampire Familiar and 3 Retainer. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't run 3 of each of these at the moment. Which one do you like?
That one.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Like sort of an evil sort of wolf, isn't it? A bit might be like a werewolf, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's just all following in line with the vampire theme, isn't it? But yes, 3 of on each of those. We've then got just the 1/2 of, which is Vampire Scarlet Scourge, which again, not one of the original Vampire cards. Sorry, go on, Louis. You don't have to tap my shoulder, just ask. What?
I thought there was 2 under there.
No, it's in a sleeve, isn't it? So it's black on that side and then white on the other. Yeah. Not one of the brand new cards, but one out of Dark Saviors, which really put this deck on the map, I think, and made it as an archetype you can actually run on its own. Then quite a few one-offs, so we'll run through those. So you've got Shadow Vampire, which is an older one. Vampire Fraulein, which came out with Sky Scourge. Vampire Void, which is one of the newer cards. That's Ghost from the Past, I believe this one came out on. So if this card is normal summoned, you can target up to 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon those monsters to your field in defense position, but their effects are negated. When a monster's effect is activated, while a monster with the same name is in the graveyards as a quick effect, you can negate the activation. And if a monster is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard, you contribute 2 monsters, special summon this card from the graveyard. You can only use each effect to avoid void once per turn. Just the one-off though, 1 Vampire Vamp and 1 Vampire Red Baron. So these are sort of the one-offs that I don't want to do without. Fraulein's obviously a good one. Vampires always makes an appearance as far as I can see. Vampire Vamp, this is the Lost Art version of course as well. Really pretty. And one of the Barons came out of Dark Saviors as well. So it's one of those, I just didn't want to run it without these particular cards.
I like that card. 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 I like
You like this one?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
It's like a robot.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's very dark, isn't it?
Quite larva-y.
Larva-y, yeah. Try not to shake the desk though, because I don't want the camera shaking, do I? The only card missing, of course, is Vampire Lord, the original vampire, and I'm still trying to squeeze room for him and put him back into the deck. And I think next time I go to revamp this particular deck, I probably will do. So those are the one-off vampires.
It's down somewhere.
Yeah, you're going to make a comment though. We're not going to be too long.
What's a comment?
Comment.
What's that?
You're going to add to the video if you want. You don't have to though. You're going to go and sit down?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and sit down then. It is a zombie deck at the end of the day, so I've got a threesome of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. It's not a card I often run in most decks, but I just figured with it being a zombie card, it should fit in nicely. And then there's a few off archetyped but typical zombie monsters. So we've got the Glow Up Bloom, one Necro World Banshee, which, so you can tell, one of the spells I'm going to be using, one Jacko Bolan and one Doom King Boldrock even. All really good zombie cards, and again, all just at one-offs on this particular build. That's it for monsters. On to spells. Again, 3-ofs. We run 3 Vampire Domain. Continuous spell, of course. This again is out of Dark Saviors, I believe. Yes, it is. So I won't run through the effects, but you should hopefully be fairly familiar. I'll run through this one actually. So once per turn, you can pay 500 life points. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon 1 vampire monster in addition to your normal summon or set. Really handy that. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only use 1 effect once per turn. Each time your vampire monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, gain the same amount of life points. So that's not, excuse me. So that's, pardon?
I like that card.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then, but that particular effect isn't once per turn, so you can really start to ramp up the life points there, and your opponent should be pretty quick to get rid of it if they can. So you like that one, did you?
Yeah.
Is that because it's shiny? Or because you like the picture?
Yeah, I like the picture.
Yeah, me too. Zombie World, again another card that's typical zombie support. Again, an old card, this one. This is actually Dual Overlord. I got this, Overlord or Overpower, can't remember, something. I got these from, but I just figured it works really well with Vampire Sucker as well.
Why is it so shiny on the camera, but not?
It's just because of the lighting. It should, when we upload the video, it should look all right.
Oh, yeah.
Few one-offs, Vampire Kingdom, 1 Terraforming, 1 Vampire's Desire, 1 1-for-1, of course, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Change of Heart, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Call by the Grave. Most of you are fairly familiar with all of these, to be fair. I mean, Vampire's Desire, maybe you're not as familiar, so activate one of these effects. You can target 1 face-up monster you control, send 1 vampire monster from deck to the graveyard with a different level from that monster, and if you do, the targeted monster becomes the level of that sent monster in the graveyard until the end of this turn. Did you get all that? You weren't listening, were you? Target 1 vampire monster in your graveyard, send 1 monster you control to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon the targeted monster. You can only activate 1 desire per turn.
I like that card.
What, Vampire Kingdom?
Yeah.
It's another field spell for this particular deck. So a field spell affects the whole field. The spell, the effect that it has.
Is that because of the red moon?
But we have a number of field spells because we have Zombie World, which is also, you see that little symbol there?
Yeah.
That means it's a field spell, and that one's got the same symbol, so that means it's a field spell as well. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're learning?
A little bit.
You're not, are you? Let's be honest. It's okay, it's a complicated game.
All I can hear is words.
Yeah, well, you're probably right, yeah. Trapwise, that's the end of the spells. I've got Trapwise, I've got Vampire Domination. Again, another one I had Dark Saviors, but this one's a new one. This is Vampire Awakening. So special summon 1 vampire monster from your deck, but destroy it during the end phase of the turn. You can only activate 1 Vampire Awakening per turn. the fact that you need to get rid of it by the end phase is normally a bit an issue, because obviously you're going to use it as material to go into an Xyz play or indeed a Link play. Speaking of which, no, this one's a Field Center. Again, quite pretty. That's Vampire Sucker, looks the same monster there, look.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just you put it in the middle of the field like that to determine where all the zones are. And that's it for traps on this particular one. On to the extra deck. Make this nice and short and sweet. So we've got one, move this out of the way, one Vampire Sucker, sorry, two Vampire Sucker, one Avendred Savior, one the Dark Charmer Gloomy, one IP Masquerena, which is the alternate art, one Nightmare Phoenix, again my go-to Link 2 monster. I've got one Vampire Fascinator, which is one of the new ones, I'll come back to that in a minute. One Nightmare Unicorn, and one Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Excuse me, there we go. The Vampire Fascinator is the newer vampire card, so we'll just run through that. But if this card is link summoned, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it into your field in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except zombie monsters. You contribute one vampire monster, then target one monster your opponent controls and take control of it until the end phase. Really, really handy, and like I say, they all loop around the effects, so they work in conjunction with the others as well. So that's it.
Card.
Well, this one.
Yeah.
I've got this one as quarter century rare now as well. In fact, is it over there? No, I don't know what I've done with that. I must have put it away somewhere. But yeah, it's a nice card, that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What have I done with that? I can't remember. Right, so that's 3s, 4s, 2s.
I like the dragon.
2s, 2s, and 2s. What dragon?
That dragon.
Which one?
That dragon.
No, it's a phoenix, you know, like in Harry Potter.
Mm.
Similar. And last but not least, we've got some Xyz, of course. So we've got Crimson. You like that one as well?
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Knight Vampire Bram, one Dampnir Vampire Sheridan, one number 24 Dragulus the Vampire Dragon, one Beatrice Lady of Eternal, and of course one Zombie Vampire. That's like the same one as the map. Seen that? And we're also running just one Synchro monster, of course, because we do have the ability to Synchro out as well. Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord, most of which you will have seen before, so I won't bother going through. But that is our version of the Vampire deck. Like I say, I do feel like I ought to run the Vampire Lord as well. So the chances are I will be switching something out for it. I don't think I can take on an additional monster at this point. But I do believe that it can be easily done, so we'll probably end up doing that. What do you think, Louis?
Pretty cool cards.
Pretty cool cards. If you're going to learn how to play, you're going to learn how to play vampires, or you're going to learn how to play one of the others, do you think?
I don't know any of the others.
Well, you'll have to start watching my videos then, won't you? Yeah. Right, that's it from us. Thank you very much indeed. Guest star Louis has come to watch me do a little video. So at least I'll have another subscriber when he's got his own YouTube going. Any questions, guys, obviously put them in the comments. Any comments about what I need to put in, what I need to take out, feel free to do so in the comments. Yes, Richie, a Vampire Lord, will be coming in. Just preempting your question there. Until the next video then, guys. Louis, you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Is that it? Signing out?
Bye.
Bye. Brilliant. Good night, guys. Cheers.